escaped an assassination attempt. Shocking incident. The former Ghanaian gender minister narrowly escaped an assassination attempt at Gomoa, AGONA Nyakro Central Region around 7:40 p.m. Sometime yesterday, an unidentified gunman allegedly targeted Morrison but fortunately missed, striking another individual instead. The attack occurred during a power outage in the area. Adding to the chaos, Morrison and her team swiftly sought refuge at the nearby police station to report the incident. According to eyewitnesses, the assailant's motive remains unclear. Authorities have commenced investigations into the attempted assassination. You know, Cynthia Morrison is a prominent political figure. She's recently been in the news because she sought to defect from the MPP to run independent. We saw photos of her and the leaders of the House, Alexander Penyoma-King, Honorable Kennedy Japan, and many others in that conciliatory meeting. And, some had thought that, well, that would have been a very good one. The incident has sent shockwaves through the community, prompting calls for increased security measures and swift justice. More here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. First, let's listen to the eyewitnesses who are with the Honorable former Minister and now MP. Take a listen.
This woman talk. This one me pick up. Me pacho, and I me ba no see okufie. Nti we run store. Nti me dinner nti dem one say car na ejina na etu no wa aku. E car ben. Black. Ti say man ni car ya ojam nya bi. Oni pa kuno ya sa ni mu yedu. So una obe hunu. Me pacho mi hunu bia no. Obi o say Christine cast me dey do fire unu. Christine cast me. Enu abia. Enabia. This woman talk. This one me pick up. Me pacho, and I me ba no see okufie. Nti we run store. Nti me dinner nti dem one say car na ejina na tunu wa aku. Black. To say man ni car ya ojam nya bi. Oni pa kuno ya sa ni mu yedu. So una obe hunu. Me pacho mi hunu bia no. Obi o say Christine cast me dey do fire unu. Christine cast me enu abia.
And those were some eyewitnesses there. The assassination attempt on the Honourable Member of Parliament for the AGONA West Constituency, Cynthia Mamle Morrison, former Gender Minister.
The best in the morning is on 92.7 Sunrise on 3FM.
A former member of parliament for Infantsman who is now late. He was murdered in a similar fashion. You remember that? When his wife had to replace him in parliament. But he was murdered in a similar fashion. For which reason then the members of parliament started asking for some security, or if you like, armed guards.
Yeah.
And they were granted that. I'll be shocked to wonder why anybody would want their member of parliament dead. For what reason? Or anybody would want another person dead For what reason? I'll be shocked to know. I don't know why anybody would think in that direction.
Well, you know that Cynthia Morrison has recently made a very big decision. And the consequences of that decision, we're already seeing the rippling effect, not just here, but others who have decided to go independent.
Right.
So in this particular instance, we don't know who the perpetrators are or where and what their purpose was.
Right.
But if it has anything to do with her decision to go independent, we cannot downplay the consequences of that. So that what might have been a previously secure seat for the NPP could potentially now be lost because she's decided to go independent and by effect left the party.
Right.
That might also attract frustrated voters who are not happy with the NPP's direction. They might decide, oh, let me go with Cynthia Morrison as an independent candidate. I've seen what she does for the community, and I'm told, and according to reports, she's very active in her constituency in AGONA West with her outreach programs and the other interventions that she takes part in.
Right.
And also it might also signal to others who are also disgruntled with the party that, okay, if others are going independent,
then
and
we can also
let me also check out, because even these independent candidates, they are still getting that love and support from their constituents. So those that are quite active and are in touch with the grassroots might start to think that, oh, actually I too can go independent and my future might not be as bleak because the people know me and they trust me and they are also disgruntled with the party. And those are no simple reasons or no, trivial matters at all. So putting that into perspective, I'm not saying that these are the reasons why the perpetrators, might have gone after her, but it's a political season, 40 days until the election. I mean, you can't really begrudge somebody the opinion that it is related to the upcoming elections.
In the last election, Cynthia Mamle Morrison, who's now the MP for the area, polled 30,513 of the votes, representing 51.55%. The NDC's Paul Oforiamoa polled 27,673, representing 46.75% of the votes, and also Ishmael Kofi Techi Texin, independent candidate, at 1,007 votes, representing 1.70%. If you go to that constituency, I'm talking about the AGONA West constituency of the Republic of Ghana, it's always after the 1996. Well, that was when the NPP was not really active. But post 1996, 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016, 2020, it's been NPP throughout that has won that constituency. So that constituency is blue. And in 2000, for example, the NPP had 60.6%. The NDC dipped 35.1%. And then you come back to, and in fact, 1996, it was actually even a close contest.
Right.
The NDC had 49.6%. The NPP had 49.3%.
Very close indeed.
Very close indeed. After the decimal point. So, it's and then the 2000, 60.6%, the NDC had 35.1%. In 2004, 64.2% in favor of the NPP. The NDC had 34.3%. And then 2008, 52.1% for the NPP, 44.4% for the NDC. 2012, 49.8% for the NPP, 48.7% for the NDC. So the NDC is now trying to close in. And then in 2016, he had 58.3% and then 40.3% for the NDC. Now, if you come down to 2020, right, you had 51.55%, and then the NDC had 46.75%, right? So it's always voted blue. That constituency, AGONA West, has always voted blue. And so the NPP cannot afford to lose that seat. I mean, we are not saying that this assassination attempt is politically, induced.
Right.
But we're just saying that given the events that had happened before this particular, thing, and Parliament has been adjourned indefinitely.
That's right.
Because of Cynthia Mamle Morrison and 3 other people.
Indeed.
Right? Now, that means that government business cannot happen.
Correct.
That also means that the government may suffer. that also means that the party on the ground will have some confusion, because if there are Cynthia Mamle Morrison loyalists in the constituency who have benefited from the outrage and who see her as, the one to lead, because she has not declared that she's tired yet, they will obviously tag along with her wherever she goes, because we have people like that who are tied to the apron strings of others, people who think that, okay, this person is good.
That's right.
Not necessarily because they're getting anything from them. Okay. And then there are those who also think that, okay, can I just give it a try? She's going independent, means that she has a mind of her own. Can I go along with her? So these are three layers of people who might tag along with Cynthia Mamle Morrison.
That's right.
What would that mean for the NPP in that constituency, given the fact that in most of the instances here, as I've put out here, the historical performance, you find that the NDC keeps getting closer,
kind of closing the gap, especially in the last elections. When you read out those numbers, certainly if prior to that in 2016 the NDC was doing about 40%, and come 2020 they gained grounds by some extra 7%, that's a leap from 40% of the votes to 47. They are closing that gap. So there are many who believe that, okay, because Cynthia Morrison has decided to go independent, it will split the votes of the NPP. Those who are still party loyalists will not be able to wrap their mind around her going independent, so they will stick with the NPP. Her people will also back her, like you see in that clip that we played. But the NDC definitely cannot be discounted out of that race. That's correct.
And Jibril Tanko is the constituency chairman of the NPP in the AGONA West constituency. You'll take a listen to this voice of Jibril Tanko.
Yesha, you often a AGONA West Municipal Hospital na yejina high. Na MPP Amoyoku, and the MPP Amoyoku, and the bridge in a ha. Any APC in a party pay for a way to your way show her. Ye na papa wa AGONA West Asama Atuya and a G. A fund the area breed any APC. Yakoya campaign war or 10 crying. Narado, unfortunately. Yeah, but no ebe from the ABP or from the MP no so. Now the war attacking your castle starting from often then MP Cynthia Morrison nurse or launching the campaign war of on the Nyakrum. Yes, your convoy no police escort were home or man your coin. Now was starting from AAPC in the can was as a war attacking. To me, I made the last person a more convoy. The war were here mecano, Fifi, and because until one make a piece no piece the way aircon yes also by attacking you. Obaka Nyankopon kasa yere etrem enta yes na me as a chairman no esa Mrs. of on kwan so no damn enta unfortunately yet ya na say ye na sara coordinator ye na kasa CLI o ma bonitu from Cynthia Morrison ne camp ma ende say ya ba hospital ma ayen ma war fe ni poko eye Accra eye kolebu se sia me na wo kasa enta MPP amayeku aye wa AGONA West ye na bre papa enya say of on the ye na ha eye mo friend because ya started ya politics ye hu the madi wa AGONA West da ye NDC yetum ye hia ye rally mpa na kefiti bu ne ye hia mpa eye the way ye the officials na eye fekeke but I don't unfortunately because of being independent or county ye hwe asema order to ye nasara coordinator eye MPP amayeku ente me kana maka ne bio say ye no obi intimidate ye AGONA West say eye ne say ye wura Cresata party for no ye na oye osun kokroko omba de oboa make a hospital medina na Haruna Nimoja and the aso for me de a victim my ye papa and about me ye mungwase Cynthia Morrison independent ya or ye on ye careful now on to me fight with MPP Amoyoku as ma make in the Bruno ye in Kasa but in the Bray ye your official complaint or division. Now, a police was showing you say, baby, a corporate, what did down to no, baby, I was be a la, justice by the Beville, yeah, MPP, then you to dress them because you say you live in the rule of law. And so the master may in that day.
The best in the morning is on 92.7
fishing out. Now you say AGONA West, then crash swat, and man may ye wound it, yet the ain't shaking ye, paba. Campaign you be kusni ya den ya na ya na ya bi o na ye papa ba o me wa den we wini na ewura Cresata ono so wa den we win assembly say na won po a yen city e be maintain so eye Cresata and the MPP amoyeku ntime dem ase.
So that's the constituency chairman for the New Patriotic Party, Jibril Tanko, indicating that Chris Arthur, who is the chosen one for the NPP, earlier assassination attempts was made on him too, and they are pointing to Cynthia Mamle Morrison independent bid, suggesting that, well, the blood that has been spilled will not be in vain because the perpetrators will be found. They say, well, one of the executive of the constituency has actually been rushed to Accra, but the authorities have assured them that everything will be fine. So you may want to draw the parallels at this point. First, there was an attack on a constituency executive of the NPP, right? There was an assassination attack on one of the key members of the NPP in the constituency. Jibril Tanko, who is the constituency executive and chairman, had indicated that, well, if Cynthia Mamle Morrison's bid to run independent is what is causing all of this, then it will not happen because they are determined to retain the seat and also to make sure that the NPP and Dr. Bawumia come to power. And then a few moments later, as they say on the internet, the Gen Zs will say, Cynthia Mamle Morrison and the team also come to say that, well, there's been an assassination attack on us. She was not hit. One of her team members was hit. So then you ask yourself, what exactly is happening? If you want to draw the parallels, is this a one-go tango between the NPP and Cynthia Mamle Morrison because she's running independent? She's still sticking with the intention to run independent, or has she changed her mind following the meeting with Alexander Apenyoma King, who is MP for Futu and the leader of the majority side in Parliament? Well, we have reached out to Cynthia Mamle Morrison, and we'll get into some detail with you. Helen, this is interesting, is it not?
I was trying to make heads and tail of what was being said. That was the chairman,
right, of the NPP.
Of the NPP in AGONA West.
Right. So and he's not speaking in favor of Cynthia Mamle Morrison.
Okay, but he's saying that they've also been the subject of attacks.
Exactly. The first, so that's before this one, right?
I see.
So that's why I'm asking you to draw the parallels. All right? And then this is where you want to see the police also wake up and shake up, and because this back and forth, certainly violence is not what we need.
No.
It takes me back to the Lotte constituency in the Greater Accra region. Remember lawyer Philip Addison and Nino Inote, they belong to the same fold, right? Nino Inote and lawyer Philip Addison from the same party. It was Philip Addison who was the NPP's representative for that, constituency. Nino Inote thought he had been pushed to the side, so he ran independent. Zaneto Ajima-Rawlings of the NDC came in, won the election.
That's right.
It was as easy as that. She just came in, and in the heat of the confusion, won the elections.
And that is the worry. That is the worry for any party, that as soon as you have one of your own decide to go independent, right, especially when they have such a solid track record with the people, you can almost kiss your chances goodbye, because that is what will split the vote and let your opponent get that smooth sliding in, which the NDC at this point will be thinking, okay, now it's time for us to intensify, make some gains on that 47%. They've been closing the gap every single time, and for the NPP loyalists, this is not a good sign. It also signals that there is no internal cohesion.
Right.
That is not a good look for the party.
There's history to this. The history is that for Mina constituency, for example, Andre Siama,
that's right,
the party pushed him aside. He thought he had been unfairly treated. He ran independent and won, came back. Now he says he's going to be on the ticket of the NPP. There's also the Bekwai constituency. Jose Wusu.
Exactly.
He ran independent. The party says no. Well, now he's NPP.
Back again.
He's not going to parliament in the next parliament, the 9th parliament. He tried to push his candidate through that COP Alex Mensah, but it didn't work.
No.
You know, so there's a history. I mean, there are many other instances of persons who have said, okay, I belong to the party. I think that I've been unfairly treated. I'm going to run independent, and they have won decisively so.
That's right.
So in this particular instance on Cynthia Morrison's case, if care is not taken, it might come to affect the NPP heavily.
It is already affecting the NPP
elections.
from what we're seeing.
Well, Thomas Khan is our Central Regional Correspondent. He joins me on the phone line. Thomas, thank you very much for your time. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Where are you now and where are you going?
So, Johnny, we're already in AGONA West, where all these things and all the tensions are going on. We might have heard that there was a gunshot yesterday night, and one person already has sustained serious injuries, and the person is already battling for his life. Currently, Johnny, what we have gathered is that yesterday some supporters of the NPP, the incumbent MP, that is Cynthia Morrison, were having a program. Just when they were having the program, they saw a convoy from the camp of the MPP's parliamentary candidate, who is the person of Chris Atta, who we are told was in a convoy. They were also from a campaign trail, and they were heading to a community where we know the community to be Tianko in the AGONA West constituency. So when the convoy of this parliamentary candidate, Chris Atta, got to where Cynthia Morrison's supporters were having their program, that was the only route for them to use. And according to the supporters, Chris Atta's convoy, in a bid to get their way through the crowd, there was some kind of exchanges of words, because already the two sides do not see eye to eye with each other because of the tensions already existed. In the process, we are told that a gunshot was fired, and one person was seriously injured. At the moment, both camps are pointing accusing fingers at each other. We are even hearing, or even one camp is describing it as an assassination on the life of Madam Cynthia Morrison. Others are also saying it is not. At the moment, we do know that security agencies say they have commenced investigations, so they are not ready to speak to us on the matter.
I see. Now, this back and forth, I'm sure that in the constituency, there's heat now and some confusion. What can you tell us about it?
Yes, since this incident happened, the whole constituency has become one that everybody is talking about, because this is a camp that used to be a united camp, but unfortunately, both sides of within the same camp don't see eye to eye with each other, all because of the interest that has come in, because the incumbent MP, we do know, lost the primaries and has a new face representing the NPP. At the moment, what we do realize is that there's really high tensions here at AGONA West, and some of the supporters are worried that the MPP could lose the seat entirely, because we do know that it is one of the reasons why Parliament is even having issues now. Some residents in the constituency think that if this is not really handled well, it will work.
Thomas. Hello, Thomas. Hello, Thomas.
Hello, Johnny.
Yes, I can hardly hear you. The line is breaking. You are suggesting to us that Cynthia Mamle Morrison is still adamant. She says she is going independent regardless. You say this is affecting what's happening in Parliament. Come back to that point again.
Yes, so, Johnny, according to the camp of Cynthia Morrison, there is no turning back. They are still going on to ensure that they go all out to win that seat as an independent candidate. So they are not leaving any sort. They are really, really going hard. And but what other residents in the constituency are worried about is the tension, and especially for those who are NPP supporters and do not belong to any of the camps and what is going on right now. All they want is peace, and then they want the seat to be maintained so that the NDC do not clinch on to this one, because they feel that once they lose the seat, it will be difficult to get it back again.
Thomas, I thank you very much indeed for your time. We're grateful. That's Thomas Khan, our Central Regional Correspondent there. Let me take you back to 5 days ago, where Cynthia Mamle Morrison was live on TV3, News 360, engaged with Parkway CSR and Portia Gabon. Dismissed claims that she had backed out of the independent bid after she had met with the Honorable Alexander Apenyomarking, Eugene Entry of Subi, Kennedy Ejapon of Asin Central, and some other stalwarts of the MPP party. Hear her speak.
On Facebook, we're also live on your DSTV channel 279. You can join us with your views, comments, and suggestions on any of our top stories this hour.
Morning is
feel
on
free to visit any of our social media
92.7
pages
Sunrise
on Facebook
on 3FM.
and on X. Now to our very first story, and the Member of Parliament for AGONA West, Cynthia Morrison, has denied rumors that she's rescinded her decision to contest as an independent candidate in this year's election. This follows viral photos in which the MP is seen together with the leader of the NPP caucus, Alexander Apenyomarking, and other NPP legislators. She's among the 4 members of Parliament whose seats have been declared vacant for choosing to go independent or cross carpet. Meanwhile, the Suhum MP Kwejo Asante has also denied claims that he's reunited with the New Patriotic Party.
The best in the morning is on 92.7 Sunrise on 3FM.
Cynthia Morrison for particular details on this developing story. Thank you very much, Madam, for your time. And thanks for joining us here on News 360. Your pictures have been trending on social media for the last 3 to 4 hours. You were seen together with the NPP leader, Apenyomarking, together with Kennedy Ejapon, a few other members of Parliament. And subsequently, we heard that you have rescinded your decision to go independent. Are you able to confirm this?
Thank you very much, and good evening to your viewers and listeners. I went to Parliament today. We had our caucus, and after that we had a couple of meetings and face-to-face with my friends and leadership and all that. And some of them, normally we put them on our platforms. I don't know who is trying to do mischief and posted these pictures. I just got to the constituency only to hear that I've been offered 50 million CDs to step down, and it's all over the place. And nothing like that has happened.
Well, I must tell you, Madam, categorically that one of our sister stations or media outlets, Asase, had published on their online that you had rescinded your decision.
I can't hear you. Can you come again?
I'm saying that you say you didn't know where that information was coming from, and I'm telling you categorically that that information was published by Asase online, suggesting that you had rescinded your decision to go independent, and you're saying that's false?
If I rescind my decision, to write to the EC. Have you seen any official letter? And I haven't even sent any letter to my leadership. You can find out from them. Nothing like that has happened. So whoever is a very bad journalist. Because before you put anything out, at least you have to consult me. Or ask the leadership, even if I got any letter, or ask me if I have sent any letter to them. Nothing like that has happened. So even if that is before...
Hello, madam.
The best in the morning is on 92.7.
I'm afraid
Sunrise
we lost
on 3
Madam Cynthia
FM.
Morrison, but...
It's 40 days to election 2024. What has been your contemplation recently towards the elections? Let them reflect peace.
This is 3FM 92.7, your election command center.
Any letter to that effect. Nothing like that has happened.
All right.
The file is all over the place.
All right, that's fine, madam. But let's just go forward. You know all that has happened in the last 48 hours leading up to today's sitting in Parliament. What is your relationship with the leadership of your party? Have they contacted you regarding your decision to go independent?
Pardon? So what is the relationship between myself and my leadership?
It is between yourself...
The relationship between myself and my leadership?
Right.
We are fine. That is why I took pictures with it. We are fine. There's nothing, we don't have any issues.
Have you resigned from your party?
I have not resigned from the party.
So you're still a member?
I have not resigned from the party.
So you are still a member of the party, but you're deciding to go independent?
Of course I have. If the party thinks I have heard,
Well, that was Pakwesi Asare. 5 days ago, the Honorable Cynthia Mamle Morrison, who is running independent in the AGONA West Constituency. She joins us on the phone. Honorable, thank you very much for your time. Good morning.
Good morning, my dear. How are you?
I am greater than Accra. Did somebody try to kill you yesterday?
The Lord is with me.
What really happened?
We went for our program. We sought permission for the police. They escorted us at the place where we wanted. We're even there before. Nyakom is a very busy place. Not busy in traffic, but in terms of...
Honorable, sorry, your line is not stable. Can you reposition yourself? Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah. Nyakom, because of our ongoing, we have only one direction to move out of town.
Right.
And that is the function where we had the program. So anytime there was an oncoming car, the police would give way for them to move. I saw this complex. I didn't know who it was until it got very close to me. And I saw the picture and the logo of it. So they passed a point. And you know, not with campaign, they'll be singing and dancing and all that. So when they left, I continued to work. And then at the point, the police asked that they put me back in the car. Then I'm like, why should I be there? There's a gunshot. But from where I was standing, seriously, I didn't hear the gunshot because the music was very close to me. Then my security had to move me back. And then I saw the cars coming from my right-hand side. And the indication was that when they gave way for them to leave town, they did not leave town. They went through the people. And it's a long stretch of road with a lot of people on the road. So they passed through the end. And then while they were coming back, that is when whatever happened. But I did not hear the gunshot. But what I got to know was that 4 people had been shot. I initially heard 3. So I dropped somebody at the hospital to ascertain whether it was true or not. Because if you have to go to the police station, what are you going to tell them? Unless you have the fact. Then, on the way up to your match, my leader calls me. So, Cynthia, how is it? I said, I'm fine. What is happening? I said, nothing. I am in Yakrom. I'm on my way to you. Then he's like, I hear your security man has killed your national coordinator. I said, leader killed. My security man is driving me right now.
Right.
I make such unfounded allegation. He said, that is what I've been. I wasn't present at all. Then it's like, take time because that's the information I have, and that if it's on your security, then it can be one of your boys. Then I asked, have you been to the scene? He's like, no. And he's asking me to give me the police commander's number. You have not even spoken to the police commander, but you have drawn conclusion that it is coming from me. What plans do you people have? I went further, but because of the conversation between the two of us, I don't want to bring it up.
Right.
The long and short is we got home safely. We've attended to the three. I hear the NASA coordinator, who also injured his fingers and his ribs, has been sent to Legon Hospital. So we are safe. The police were here with me as I speak to you. They've come here. I don't know what they are coming to tell me now, but everything is fine with me.
You have 39 days or so to the big election. Does this traumatize you or shake you enough so that it impedes the progress of your campaign?
I pray to God He gives me the strength. That is all I'm praying. Go ahead.
The MPP chairman for your constituency, Tanko, had indicated earlier that all of this back and forth, because they also say they also had assassination attacks on the parliamentary candidates for the area. And they say that is because you are running independent. So now you have been attacked. They also claim they have been attacked. And it puts the public in a state of confusion. How do we settle this confusion?
You are the first person who have asked me. I've spoken to more than 10 media. None of them mentioned my chairman. But since you mentioned your yesterday, I saw his video. My chairman was not at the scene. My chairman was not at the scene.
92.7.
In Nyakrum, we have only one road to straight, two roads to straight road. One goes straight through, and one goes through Kwamai, through Bobikoma, and Bodom, and all that. My chairman, when he got to the scene the first time, went to right and passed through Kwamai to Nyakrum. When the gunshot happened, he was not there. So I'm surprised I see my chairman, who happens to be my son, make that unfounded allegation. And I'm glad I have captured that. My chairman yesterday called somebody called my chairman in my presence,
right?
Put it on speaker and narrated what happened. And my chairman said, hey, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was what happened. So I'm going to delete the message or whatever I put on the platform. I was right there. So my chairman will answer to me that he could tell the whole world that I did what I have not done. You see, my case, you have put him on the line. I don't want to expose him. But whatever I am doing, my chairman is aware. Whatever I'm doing in this house, my chairman is aware.
I see.
And he can make such unfounded allegation against me, Cynthia Morrison. He knows me. I can't even fight. So why should my chairman? I have the video, so you are not telling me. But every media station who has spoken never asked me that. So I haven't gone that sudden. But since you've asked me, my chairman did not. He should tell us where he passed yesterday.
I see. Now, before I let you go, Honorable, the police say they are investigating this to bring closure. How soon would you want this investigated, done and dusted? Because I'm casting my mind back to when you lost one of your colleagues, Kwanzaa of Infantsman constituency, which is what gave the basis for parliamentarians to ask for police guards in order for you to feel safe. Now this has happened. How soon should the police close this matter so that it settles everybody's mind that our members of parliament and our leaders are safe?
As early as today.
Pardon, I didn't hear that, please.
I said I want it as early as today. That is, if they can finish the investigation today, I'll be very happy.
I wish you well, Honorable Cynthia Mamle Morrison. We're grateful for your time. Great. That's the Honorable Cynthia Mamle Morrison joining us here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. It is 9 a.m. here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. We'll take a quick break. When we return from this break, Godwin Eduji Tamaklo is a leader of the NDC's legal directorate. Kamaldeen Abdullah is back as the Deputy Director of Communications of the NPP. Andrew Apia Danko Esquire is a communications team member of Movement for Change. See you shortly after this break here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Johnny Hughes. After the break.
This is 3FM 92.7, your election command center.
Command Center. Facts, analysis, results.
Imagine a place where voices matter, where every corner, every street, every community is a platform.
A big bus moving through Accra, carrying conversations, questions, and the pulse of the nation. This is not just another show, it's your voice on the move.
Join us as 3FM Sunrise hits the road, turning ordinary streets into platforms for extraordinary dialogue. Speak freely, listen deeply, and help shape the conversation that drives Ghana forward.
Look out for the bus and tune in exclusively on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.